everything that you need to know about living in Olathe, and whether it's for you or whether you've got to keep searching for other places to live in the Kansas City, in the Johnson County area. Olathe was established in 1857. 4 years after that, the state of Kansas was established. So Olathe predates the existence of Kansas. Now, it was an outpost during the Civil War, which led to some growth, and it was a key stop just south of Lenexa on the California, Santa Fe, and Oregon trails. But when the Transcontinental Railroad was developed shortly after that, all of the city's growth, it just went away. It died down. Nobody was going out to Olathe. And keep in mind, it is far west and south of Kansas City. So nobody was going there. But then the highway gets developed in 1950 that connects Olathe to downtown Kansas City. And it starts growing and growing and growing. And that is exactly why today the population of Olathe sits at over 140,000 people, and it's the fourth biggest city in the entire state of Kansas. So Olathe is situated a little bit farther away from downtown Kansas City than some of the other cities that we've spotlighted on this channel, and that could be a huge benefit to some people who don't want to be in the very close to the city, who want to be in a private, secluded suburb that's far away that just has some good schools. So here's what you're looking at. You are just west of Overland Park, the second biggest city in the state of Kansas. You are south of Lenexa. And if you were to head just 20 minutes to your west, you're going to end up in Lawrence, Kansas, home to the University of Kansas. If you want to catch a football game, because they're good this year, who would have thought? Second, you could catch a basketball game there as well. So you are looking at a 24-minute drive to downtown Kansas City, 28 minutes to the plaza. So not impossible to get there. You're just a little bit farther than you would be if you lived in like an Overland Park, Roland Park, Fairway, Prairie Village, etc. in Johnson County. Now, one interesting part of living in Olathe is that you've got 5 different school districts to choose from depending on where you live. And I'm going to look at the map because otherwise I'm just going to screw this up. But the main school district in Olathe is the Olathe Public Schools. It's an A grade rating on niche.com. They're very highly rated. So that's going to cover the bulk of Olathe. It's just the outskirts of Olathe that are going to fall into like 4 other school districts. So we're going to go one by one through each of them. So you've got the Blue Valley School District. The only way you're going to be in the Blue Valley School District is if you're on the eastern edge of Olathe, where there are a lot of new construction homes out by Heritage Park and Blue Valley Southwest. The homes out there, you're going to either fall into Blue Valley, which is, I think, the highest rated school district in the entire state of Kansas, or you're going to fall into Spring Hill if you're in the southern part of Olathe. So Spring Hill, they're opening a new elementary school every 24 months. I know it says they're a C grade rating on niche.com, but I think that's going to change. The population in Spring Hill is increasing very quickly, and as a result, they're investing more and more into the schools. The population there wouldn't be increasing if the schools were truly a C grade. So I think that's a little deceptive. And then if you go a little bit farther west, you'll be falling into the Gardner-Edgerton School District, which I know is also not super highly rated, but it is growing quickly for the same reason that Spring Hill is. There's just way more population growth in this area of the Kansas City metro that we wouldn't have seen just like 10, 15 years ago, okay? So Gardner-Edgerton School District, if you're in the southwest corner of Olathe. And then the last one, as you get kind of closer towards, we mentioned if you go west, you're going to be towards Lawrence. You've got the DeSoto School District, okay, which is also very highly rated. It's an A grade on niche.com, and you're only going to fall in that school district if you're in the northwest tip of Olathe. By the way, if you're new to the channel, then welcome. My name's Nick, and I make videos like this to help you make that critical decision of where to live and how to buy a home so much easier. So market updates, city spotlights, and of course property tours. Subscribe so you see the most recent videos. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. And if you're in the market to buy or sell a home in the Kansas City area and you like what I have to say, I'd love to work with you. So my contact info is all in the description. Send me an email, text, or let's hop on a Zoom call. We can discuss exactly what that looks like for you and how we'll make sure that you get the best deal possible. Let's get back to the video. One thing, it has a booming economy. There are so many large employers in Olathe. If you're a working professional, obviously you don't have to live there to enjoy this experience, but this is what helps make this city so vibrant and why it's growing quickly is because of all the employers. So you've got some big names that are employing anywhere from like 500 all the way up to over 2,000 employees. So I'm going to go down this list one by one. You've got Farmers Insurance, okay, Garment International, where the Garment headquarters are. You've got the Olathe Medical Center. Of course, we've got the Olathe Public Schools, and we've got the John Deere Marketing Center. And Kansas, big for aviation, you've got the FAA, all employing between 500 and 2,000 plus people. So if you're a working professional, you're a young professional, and you're looking for the best bang for your buck in terms of housing affordability, Olathe could be for you. All right, the next part, we've got the shops, entertainment, and parks, and we'll go through them in that order. So shops and entertainment will kind of lump together. This is another one I've got to be honest with you about Olathe. In these reviews, and I'll play 5 reviews at the end of this video, so it's not just my opinion, but you're seeing opinions of current residents, what they think and how they feel after living in Olathe. One of the big issues is that there aren't a ton of small businesses, okay? And they're spread all over the city of Olathe. Keep in mind, it is a big city, 4th biggest in the entire state of Kansas, but there's no like big central place where you're going to find boutiques, small businesses, etc. type of stores that you can go to. So what a lot of these residents have said in their reviews of Olathe and discussions that I've had with people who've lived there, they're going about 10 to 15 minutes away. There are 2 different places that they'll generally go, okay? The first is about 135th Street, okay? There are so many shops, you'll see them on the screen here, so many to choose from. Soak it all in, pause the screen here if you want to take a look at each shop specifically. You've also got the shops at 119th and Metcalf as well. And the same deal here, you're going to find a little bit more variety, and it's all concentrated on one spot, which is why people will usually travel that 10 to 15 minutes away to get there. Now, while there might be a shortage of small businesses and boutique stores in Olathe, there is no shortage of parks and green space. Keep in mind, we are far away from Kansas City. So on your screen right now, you're seeing all the different parks in the area. You've got so many to choose from. The top 3, you're looking at Black Bob Park. There is a pool there. It's open to the public, run by the city. It's the place to be during the summer. They've got a little lazy river that's pretty cool and something that you're not going to find in a lot of other city-run swimming pools in the area. The second, you've got Lake Olathe, decent sized lake, good green space in the area. And then finally, you've got the monstrous Heritage Park, which falls on the border of Olathe and Overland Park. It is huge. We're going to go down the list here. There's quite a highlight reel for Heritage Park. You've got over 1,200 acres. The lake is over 40 acres. You've got a 30-acre dog park. You've got an 18-hole disc golf course. You've got a championship 18-hole golf course. You've got soccer, football, and softball fields. Basically anything that you could want, you've got infinite green space in the area. So if that's what you're looking for, Olathe could be it, but keep in mind, this isn't exclusive to Olathe. You can live pretty much anywhere in Johnson County or the Kansas City Metro and access all of these. The only difference is that being in Olathe, these are within a very, very short driving or walking distance to wherever you're choosing to live. Now, the real estate. This is one of the bigger advantages of living in Olathe is, yeah, you're a little farther away from the city, but if you're okay with that, you enjoy the green space and the privacy of being that far away from the city, this could be a huge advantage for you because you're going to get a bigger lot. It's going to be cheaper, and the house built on it is going to be bigger as well. Okay, so that's one value that you get in Olathe that you're not going to find as you head closer to Kansas City proper. Olathe, here's the heat map. You'll see that the home prices are kind of evenly dispersed. The one discrepancy is that northeast corner of Olathe, where you'll find some older homes, and that kind of explains why the prices are a little bit less. But on the western and southern edges of Olathe, that's where the higher prices start to kick in. Now, as I'm filming this, Happy New Year. This is January 1st, 2023. We've got over 270 new construction homes on the market, which is crazy to think about. So if you were in the market for new construction, Olathe could be the place for you. Now, I'm going to cover different levels of housing affordability in Olathe, and we're going to start in the 400,000s. Now, in this price range, what you're looking at is usually a 3 to 4 bedroom home. It's not going to be huge. You're looking under 2,500 square feet, and it was built in the late 1900s or the early 2000s. Now, you will see that kind of early 2000s architecture with, you know, kind of the wood accents and trim work in the kitchen, cabinets, and around the house. So it's not going to be super updated. Some of them will be, some of them won't be, but what you're getting here is space at that affordable price range. Okay, so that's the one big benefit. Now, I do want to point out that Oak Run Olathe, here's a picture of all the homes. They've got several options to choose from. You're looking anywhere from the mid 300s to the upper 400s, but this is probably one of the most affordable communities that you could buy new construction homes in right now. There are only 3 others in Johnson County. There might be a few more, but 3 main ones. You could find some in Shawnee, and you could find some in Lenexa. But other than that, it's gonna be pretty hard to find new construction homes in this price range, unless you head further south. But if that's not for you, Olathe could be. Here's an inside look at a split level home priced around $330,000 in Olathe, Kansas. Here's exactly what $675,000 will buy you in Olathe, Kansas right now. exactly what about $1 million will get you. And keep in mind, these are pictures from a couple different model homes. So these are the kinds of options that you'd be looking at around $1 million in Olathe, Kansas.